So for all the non-New Yorkers that are going to these fun little cute ethnic spots all over New York City, I think it's time to shut up.
Hey guys, it's your girl Brandy, aka Brandy4. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I do lots of videos on pop culture, reality TV. Honestly, now NYC culture, since y'all really loved my last video. So yes, if you like any of those things, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm surprised by the amount of people who are going through the same thing I'm going through, living in a big city and just experiencing that the city that they grew up in changed drastically. And, kind of by the hands of gentrifiers, transplants. I don't want to be like the poster child of like anti transplants. Don't get me wrong, because once again, my mother is an immigrant born and raised in Jamaica. So I'm all for transplants moving to New York City. It's just a matter of, once again, not trying to change the culture, supporting small businesses, local businesses, the mom and pop shops versus, going to the Starbucks or a big corp. Support the small businesses, support your community. That's kind of all I really wanted to say. And that's the point that I was trying to make. Yeah, so I'm kind of just surprised by how many people are going through the same thing, not just in New York, but also just in their city. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Atlanta and Los Angeles. I've heard Los Angeles has definitely shifted, I'm sure, especially, considering LA is kind of like Disneyland for influencers over there. So I can't even imagine. So, yes, this platform is here for all of us just to voice our frustrations and be irritated together. Today's video, I more so wanted to talk about gatekeeping. So, how I would describe gatekeeping is that, for instance, like a favorite restaurant that you love, or a specific bar that you go to, or you get your nails done and they do a great job, and then someone asks you, like, oh my gosh, where did you do that? Or where did you find that restaurant? Or blah, blah, blah. You keep it to yourself versus actually telling them. And you're mainly doing this so not everyone does the same thing. Not everyone copies your flow. You just don't want too many people knowing about what you do, mainly for the sake of keeping it special and not ruining what made it special in the first place. And I know there's a lot of people who are so anti gatekeeping. In terms of fashion, I don't mind, letting people, well, I'm not a fashionista, so maybe I'm like not the best person to speak on it. But like in terms of fashion, I don't really care to let people know where I got something from. So yeah, regarding that, when I do see people gatekeep like where they got like a specific shirt or article of clothing from, I'm kind of like, all right, like it's not that serious. Like it's just a shirt. And we all wear things differently. So what's the point? Like, what difference does it make telling this one person that just randomly came up to you on the train that you're never going to see again? I actually can't tell you because it's an exclusive piece. Like, I don't really see the point in doing that, in all honesty. However, going back to my gentrification, transplants, kind of changing the culture of NYC, I do think it is time that we start gatekeeping again in regards to restaurants, bars, and clubs. Let's discuss. So, the reason why I'm saying this is because, mind you, at first I didn't necessarily care to gatekeep. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm one to make a TikTok of a restaurant that I enjoyed. Well, I was one anyway. And I have a couple of TikToks that got a good amount of views. I was kind of doing it because I'm a content creator, not just on YouTube, but like I do it, for work. So I just love creating reels. I love creating TikToks. And so when they do go viral, I'm like, ooh, it like makes me feel good. I'm like, okay, wow, like I created this really cool reel of this restaurant that I just so happened to enjoy. And it just so happened to go viral and people liked it. And at this point, TikTok might as well be Google. The way people go to TikTok for restaurant recommendations, travel recommendations, etc. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not going to be like, oh, blah, 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 because I definitely used to create like restaurant content. But then I kind of just stopped recently. I mainly stopped because I saw one of my favorite nail salons. Someone posted one of my favorite nail salons in Brooklyn. It was like in Canarsie. I saw somebody post that and I was like, yeah, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The nail salon is already so packed as is, and now you're posting about it. So now everyone could come to Canarsie. Mind you, Canarsie has like one good business every like 10 blocks. And now you're posting about it? Absolutely not. That is when I was like, yeah, this is where I draw the line. Let's start to gatekeep now. I understand TikTok, people like to create this content because it's very easy to go viral with like restaurant recommendations, like food recommendations, etc. It's very easy to go viral with that content because everyone is always looking for the next best thing on TikTok, the next trending thing. And I'm definitely one whenever I see a food TikTok on my for you and that food is looking good, I'm like, oop, save. And then when I do have to hang out with friends and it's very hard to even like think about a restaurant to go to, I'm like, you know what, let me just search it on TikTok real quick because I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I want to try something new. Like, yes, I can go to the restaurant I usually go to, but then also I'm like, yeah, I should try something new. So let me just go on TikTok to find it. So I understand. I understand the hustle. I understand why people post their favorite restaurants. That being said, for us native New Yorkers, I think it's time we think about how we shouldn't do this or why we shouldn't do this because now it's getting to the point where our favorite restaurants, our favorite bars, our favorite clubs are overpacked, long lines everywhere. The fact that a juicy patty shop opened on Fulton Street, like downtown Brooklyn, a long line, a line going around the block. By the time you get in front of the line, it's like 1 p.m. And then they're like, yeah, sorry, we're out of beef patties. And you know why that is? It's because there's too many TikToks on it.
Bro, how are they sold out of patties and it's only 2 p.m.? Bro, this is crazy.
I miss the days where people found out about things word of mouth. And mind you, when people find out about restaurants or bars, etc., like from word of mouth, that's when you have the best time. I swear, like from my experience anyway, I feel like when people just tell me about a restaurant I haven't heard about, like on TikTok or Instagram, and I just stumble upon it, or even, yeah, even just like stumbling upon a restaurant, I'm like, wow, this is like the greatest food I've ever had. Like, I can't believe no one knows about it. At first, I used to be like, ooh, you know what? Let me post it on TikTok. But nowadays, I'm like, I'm not letting none of y'all know. I don't care because it's just too dang crowded. It's too crowded. Of course, I want these businesses to make more money. Like sometimes when a restaurant is overexposed and there's just like too many customers, sometimes the quality of food goes down because they have to like try to make as much food as possible for people. I know for instance like with Keith Lee, whenever he posts a restaurant on his TikTok and then it goes extremely viral and then that restaurant is like, "Oh wow, we ran out of food the next day." And then it's kind of just like that for months. And then, usually what happens with the restaurants, like in order for them to prevent running out of food, they have to, serve less portions or increase the price. And then it just makes it like annoying. And then that's kind of how they end up losing their clientele because they have this huge surplus of clients and customers coming in. Then, ultimately their food quality goes down because they're trying to serve as many people as possible, which is not, it's not their fault. It's just TikTok's fault. And again, this is not me saying that this is like the worst thing for a business. Of course, it's a good thing for a business. But I think when everyone is going to the same place, the same restaurant, the same clubs, that's when it's like, I don't know. That's when things start losing its spark. I need us to start gatekeeping again. Even with bars. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, when I go to Williamsburg, whenever I go into a bar, actually, no, I'm not even gonna talk about Williamsburg. Williamsburg was bad, but West Village is worse. I don't know if it's because of the NYU kids that are around there. I don't know. I don't know why. I promise you, I went to like the Blue Note on Saturday. My boyfriend and I, we were just walking down West Village afterwards. We wanted to go to Cafe Wall. The last time I went to Cafe Wall, it was like 2 years ago. I went to Cafe Wall. I was trying to go to Cafe Wall, a whole line outside. I was like, what? Last time I tried to go to Cafe Wall, I just walked in and paid. Like, it was not even that serious. There's a whole line around the block for Cafe Wall. I'm like, all right, let's go somewhere else. We're walking down. We're walking down. When I tell you, it's just like bare people. Bare people. There's just a lot of people just hanging out outside, sitting outside, packed like sardines in the bars. I'm like, what? How is that fun for anyone? Like, how is that fun for you, generally speaking? I know sometimes, especially like around the summertime, it's nice to, be around a lot of people. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the community aspect of it. It's like, okay, that's cool. Everybody is just like around each other, blah, blah, blah. But then it isn't necessarily fun when you're going to a bar that is like 500 square feet and y'all are just packed in there like sardines. And then you're just like waiting at the bar for like 30 minutes just to get a drink. I don't really see the appeal of that. I don't understand why. I just don't get it. Even there was even this one burger spot that I saw. I think it was, I don't want to put anyone's business on blast, but I promise you there was one in West Village. It had no type of branding. No type of branding at all. It just had the name and it just had like a few burgers, whole line around the block. I'm like, wow. And you know what's crazy? It's probably because of TikTok. It's probably because everyone keeps posting about the same restaurant. It's actually sad. That was also when I was like, all right, guys, it's time we start gatekeeping again. It's time we start gatekeeping. It's just not fun for anyone to wait on a line. And that's the thing. In New York City, all these restaurants, we're just waiting on lines. I'm like, for the amount of restaurants we have in New York City, there's just no reason for any of y'all to be waiting on a line. Like, I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense to me. And I think we need to do something about it. And the thing we can do, well, for native New Yorkers anyway, I think we need to just gatekeep the spots we know about. Let the transplants and gentrifiers find their own spots. They can go ahead and go to the TikTok spots. Our spots, however, yeah, let's gatekeep. Let's gatekeep. I don't even want to mention the spots that I go to on this channel. As much as I would love to kiki with y'all and be like, ooh, I love this spot in Brooklyn, this spot in Bedside, da da da. I can't do that because I don't want it to be crowded and overpacked like West Village or Williamsburg bars. Absolutely not. Like, I refuse. So yeah, that's kind of the point of my video. We need to start gatekeeping again. I don't care what y'all say. You don't have to gatekeep like the clothes you wear. I feel like that's a little petty. It's like, come on, just somebody likes your shirt, like take that as a compliment. Just let them know where you got it from. No big deal. As far as restaurants, bars, clubs, keep that to yourself. Thanks. Okay, yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on whatever I said. Like this video and subscribe to your Go Brandy for more content. I will be posting more. Bye.